Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I am just starting some more seeds. Some of my onion seeds did not sprout. Well, some of them didn't sprout and some of them sprouted, and then there were spots where nothing had sprouted. So what I have done with the ones that have sprouted, so I have some here of my onions, and which ones are these? My Prince onions have sprouted really good. I've got at least a dozen sprouts that are started there. Same with my, what are these? The Fortress onions have done really well. The Walla Walla have about half of the seeds have sprouted, so I ended up adding some more seeds into the soil with the ones that have sprouted, and we'll see what happens. I did the same thing with the red burgundy. I think I only had maybe 6 sprouts, so I added some more seeds into that one, and I did the same thing with the white wing onions as well. I have here on the end, these are my celery. All of my seeds have sprouted, and what I've done is I've just plucked out the sprouts that I don't plan on keeping and have left one strong sprout in each of the cells, and it's a 6 cell in that one. So my garlic chives did nothing. My leeks didn't do anything, and my shallots didn't do anything. So I'm just going to start all over and reseed them into a new pot with some new soil, and we'll see what happens. So we're going to do that next. I'm going to put this back up on the shelf. So I have my new tray of cells. I have all my tags in my cells, and I am ready to start doing some planting. Okay, so to start off, what do we have in here? We have leeks. So I'm not sure if it's because of the age of my leek seeds, because these ones were 2022, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. I'm going to just sprinkle about a dozen seeds over the top again, and we'll see what happens. These seeds that I'm planting, pardon me, because I have pepper seeds in here too. Pepper seeds like warmth. So I will be putting these on a heat mat. I didn't know if that had anything to do with it, and I was talking to my sister on the phone this morning because she is now back from Thailand. They went to Thailand for 5 weeks, and I said that, oh, I don't know if it has anything to do with them not being on a heat mat, and she goes, well, mine started and they weren't on a heat mat, and I said, okay, well, that took care of that theory. So this one was the leeks. The next one was the shallots, and this is the ambition shallots. Again, this was one that I had planted earlier and they didn't come up. Same with this garlic chives. I just bought these seeds, so I don't know what the problem is there. So I'm just putting in about 10 to 12 seeds because I will be planting them in a bunch. I'm just going to take, not separating them, the seeds or anything like that. And then with the rosemary, even if these seeds do not take, I still have a rosemary in my living room window. And as long as I can keep that watered and not let it die, I will just put that plant back out into my garden and it will be totally fine, and we'll move on from that. We're going to start on my new planting of seeds, and I also have my book here ready to go, and so once I plant the seeds, I write what I've started. This is the celeriac. I grew celeriac last year, and I tried starting it by seed and it didn't take. So then I ended up buying the plants. So I'll just put some little seeds out here. And I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with my celery. I'll just plant like 3 or 4 seeds, and then I will choose which is my best one and pluck the rest of them out. And the plants that I did buy last year did good, and I used the root part. That's how you eat it, is you eat the root part of the plant, not the tops. I don't know if you could eat the tops or not. I didn't. So I just ended up peeling the outer layer on the root and chopped up the inside of it, and I ended up adding it in with roasted vegetables. Okay, so now we are going to plant the Black Beauty eggplant. I really like baba ganoush, the dip, and I really wanted to be able to make some of that. I'm not sure how you would preserve baba ganoush, so if anybody knows how to preserve baba ganoush, do you can it? Do you freeze it? What do you do once you've made the baba ganoush? I might have to research that and find out exactly how I could preserve baba ganoush, because I absolutely love the dip. I buy it in the store, so I'd really like to see if I could get enough eggplant to make that. Okay, so next, this is one that I have never grown before, and this is the banana long sweet peppers. I think, I mean, I love peppers, but I find that some of the tapered ones, it's really hard to peel them and get the seeds out. So I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. And I'm going to put 2 seeds in each cell, and then I'll just keep the best plants out of the 2 seeds. And next, the Carnival Blend. So this is quite a mix of different types of peppers, so I am anxious to try this one. And again, we are just going to put 2 seeds in each spot. And see what we come up with. I have ended up with a little bit of a cold, so trying to get over that as quickly as I can. We are going to Mexico for a holiday, and we actually are flying out in a couple of weeks. So I definitely do not want to be sick for that. Okay, California Wonder. We have planted California Wonders before, but not very successfully. And I actually wasn't going to get any more. But here's the thing, is I got these seeds for nothing. I went to work one day and somebody had plunked down a bunch of free seeds. These packs have never even been opened, and this pack was dated November 2025, so it's not that old. So I figured, why not? We are going to try some California Wonder seeds again, even though I haven't been very successful when it comes to having some good plants come out of it. So we'll see. We'll see where this takes us with this pack. And these are an organic seed, so maybe that'll be the difference right there. After the California Wonder, I'm going to do the sweet banana pepper, and I did grow these last year and they did really well. So I was happy with them. But they are a tapered seed again, or a tapered pepper, sorry. And it's just, like I say, hard to get the skins off because you have to roast them or char them on your barbecue, and then that's how you get the peel off of the peppers, and then de-seed them after that, which de-seeding them is easy. That's the easy part. It's getting the skins off of them, getting them peeled. Okay, this is the King of the North. I'm a little confused at what I have going on here because I have some in a little baggie that was inside the package. So I'd like to think they are the same ones, but I'm not taking a chance. And I'm planting the ones that were actually in the seed packet, not in the little baggie. But I will put the little baggie back in with the seed packet. Just not sure why, unless I was going to give some to my sister, and then she told me she already had some, so I didn't have to give her any. Maybe she bought her own, and so that's what changed my mind. And then these are another pack of free seeds that I got. This is the early jalapeno, and these were dated as well for November of 2025. But I am doing 2 4-cell, and we are going to do these. So when they say early, what does that mean? 72 to 75 days. And that is not 72 to 75 days from the time you start the seeds. That's 72 to 75 days from the time you put them out in your garden as a plant. So don't be confused by that neither. I like to start my peppers early. They do like heat, and that is why I put them on a heat mat. Once they have sprouted, and then they have their 2 sets of true leaves on them, then I can up-pot them, and I won't have to have them on the heat mat. But they definitely like the same with the eggplant as well, and I'm just gonna have the rest of my onion seeds, my chive seeds, my shallot seeds. They'll be on a heat mat as well, and we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of soil over top of these, and then I will put them on a heat mat, and I will put a plastic dome over top of these as well. To up-pot my dahlias, I'm just going to show you how nice they look. So some of them have 6 leaves, some of them have 4 and starting to shoot out the 6th leaf on it. So I am going to up-pot the dahlias, and I also have geraniums to up pot. These are the Maverick Orange geraniums. And then we have the dahlias. This is the Unwind Dwarf dahlia. I have 10 dahlias to up pot. So I am going to put these 2 tags in amongst here. And then the geraniums will go over on this side. Oh, I'm going to make a hole in each of these first. And I have already had these cells with the dirt in it sitting in water so they could absorb from the bottom up. I got these ready yesterday. Now I also use this to lift the plant up so that I can get all of the root with it. And then I just take the whole thing and plunk it into its new spot. And then it will stay in this pot until it's time to plant them outside. So I've been keeping an eye on them. And that one, most of the dirt knocked off of it, but all of the root system is still attached to the plant. These dahlias plants look really nice. They've done really well. I've tried digging these up. See, what you do in the fall is you dig up the bulb, the dahlia bulb, and I don't know. I dug them up and then tried planting them the following year, and they didn't produce anything. So I don't know if it was something that I had done wrong. I'm not sure what I did, so who knows. Yeah, this cold I've been kind of ignoring it, hoping it would just go away. And then last night, overnight, it was full on cold. So now I'm just kind of puttering away and just doing things around the house, not really exerting myself too much so I can get over this and be healthy by the time we go to Mexico. And then once I up pot these, then I'm going to give them a little bit of fertilizer, because you've kind of disrupted them a little bit. So giving them a little dose of fertilizer will be good for them. So now I'm gonna make a spot for these geraniums. And then I also have a couple of foxgloves that I want to pot up too, that I had started and are doing well. So now we'll get these geraniums, and I'm just gonna put this tag there and this one over here. I'm going to take, this one's a lot smaller than the one I just planted, so I'm taking more soil with the plant and the root system just to make sure And I had these on a heat mat, but now that I'm moving them over into a bigger pot to up pot them, I won't have them on the heat mat. So my last plants to up pot is the foxglove. And they are still pretty tiny, but they have 4 leaves on them. So I am going to up pot my foxglove. And then I'm just going to put this tag in. Oh, I need to make some space in the dirt that I have pre-moistened. And I'm going to take a good section of the plant with the dirt, because it's quite small. I don't know if you can even see how big this is. So, quite small. And this one has 2 in it, so I need to very carefully, I'm going to try and separate them apart. There we go. That was relatively painless. I did not, oh, I tipped it upside down, so I almost planted it upside down, but all is good. And I have one that's really tiny. It's like half the size, but it too has 4 leaves developed onto it. So I am planting it and up-potting that too. And I'm pretty sure I wrote that about the foxglove. So I do write about whether I'm adding more seeds, whether I'm just starting over. I will put like March 1st, starting over with these onion seeds that, and leek seeds and chive seeds that didn't, shallot seeds that didn't start. And then I also will put the date, like today's date for up potting my dahlias, my geraniums, and my foxgloves. So I have 4 little foxgloves here from the seeds that I started. Okay, so here, this is all the seeds that I just started. That was my pepper seeds, rosemary, celeriac, eggplant, onion seeds, chive seeds, shallot seeds. What else did I start? I think that was it. I had quite a few different peppers. Now if we come over here, there's my foxglove that I just up potted. Here are my onions that I have going. They're getting really nice and long. Once they get probably about 6 to 8 inches, and I will give them a haircut down to 4 inches. There's my celery. Still looks pretty small, but it's doing good. Now if I come down here, these are the dahlias on the left. And then we have the orange geraniums on the right. Here, this is, I have bee balm on the left, or lemon balm on the left, I should say, which hasn't been doing anything. And I didn't think I had any of the spearmint, but I have 2 little sprouts there, another little sprout here, one in the front here, but nothing in this one yet. I had kind of given up on it, but it has started to sprout, so super excited about that. That's all I'm going to be doing for this week. Well, for this weekend anyways. Yeah, we were starting to wonder if we were even going to get to go to Mexico with everything that had happened in Puerto Vallarta last weekend. That was a little crazy and a little, seemed a little unsafe. But things have calmed down. We don't leave for a couple more weeks, so we'll kind of keep keep our attention onto that and see what ends up happening. I mean, we have cancellation insurance, so if we have to cancel, that's not a problem at all. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I just want to thank you for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.